Hey there! Welcome to 1% English Podcast, the daily English show that trains your ears and your brain, just 5 minutes a day. Today, we're diving into the heartfelt story behind rapper Lil Wayne's powerful words. I have never witnessed racism.
Hey there! Welcome to the 1% English Podcast, where we bring you powerful stories and insights while helping you improve your English 1% at a time.
Today's story is about the rapper Lil Wayne, Uncle Bob, and one unforgettable moment that shows how humanity can rise above race, stereotypes, and prejudice.
For context, a few years ago, Lil Wayne was criticized when he said in an interview that he had never dealt with racism. Some people thought he was out of touch, but what most critics didn't know was the personal story behind that statement.
Yes, let's go back to when Wayne was just 12 years old in New Orleans. He was struggling, and one day he shot himself in the chest. He was bleeding badly, alone in his home, when he heard the police pounding on the front door.
He later described how the blood pouring out of his chest made it easier for him to slide across the floor. He dragged himself to the door, then kicked it just to signal, "I'm here, someone please help me."
And here's the heartbreaking part. The police came in, but instead of rushing to him, they jumped right over his body. They were shouting things like, "I found the drugs! I found the gun!" They saw a dying child, but were more focused on evidence.
Wayne remembered how helpless he felt in that moment. But then came Robert Hoobler, an off-duty white officer everyone later knew as Uncle Bob. He had heard the dispatcher's call about a boy with a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and he rushed to the scene.
When Uncle Bob saw Wayne on the floor bleeding, he refused to step over him. He started screaming at the other officers, "I don't give up about no drugs. Do you not see the baby on the ground?"
Exactly. The other officers finally stepped back, almost embarrassed, muttering, "Oh, sorry, boss. We called the ambulance." But Uncle Bob knew it was urgent. He yelled, called one of their names, and demanded, "Your car, now."
He picked Wayne up himself, carried him, and kept saying, "You're not going to die on me. You're not going to die on me." He drove him straight to the hospital, making sure that little boy survived. And he did.
And that moment stayed with Wayne forever. Years later, he said, "Uncle Bob was white as snow. Those cops who stepped over me, they were blacker than me." His point wasn't about color. It was about humanity.
Right. To Wayne, racism wasn't just about skin color. That day, it was about who truly cared for his life. Uncle Bob's compassion gave him a reason to believe that kindness is stronger than prejudice.
And even after Uncle Bob passed away in 2022, Wayne publicly thanked him again, saying, "I wouldn't be here today without him."
Okay, before we wrap up, let's look at 2 useful English words from today's story.
First word, compassion. It means deep sympathy and care for someone who's suffering. Uncle Bob showed compassion when he focused only on saving Wayne's life.
Second word, prejudice. This means unfair judgment about someone before knowing them, often based on race, gender, or background. Many thought Wayne was blind to prejudice, but his story gives it a deeper meaning.
Here's a challenge for you. Think about a moment when someone showed you compassion, or when you showed it to someone else. Can you explain that memory in English using one of today's words, compassion or prejudice?
That's how you grow your English and your perspective at the same time.
Thanks for listening to the 1% English Podcast. Remember, even the smallest acts of kindness can echo for a lifetime.
See you next time, and keep growing 1% every day.
Congrats! You just crushed your 1% for today. If you're loving this podcast, show that subscribe button some love. And don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss your daily dose of 1%. That's it for today. Take care, keep growing, and we'll see you tomorrow.